Hello there, all Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Risings. Welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. This is your August 2025 money and career reading. So most significantly for you guys for the month ahead, your planetary ruler Mercury is, of course, retrograde. This will be retrograde until August 11th, and then we'll still be in a shadow period for a couple weeks after that. So really right now you might find that you would be best off if you take a little bit of extra time. To plan, to write things down, because a retrograde energy can, especially a Mercury retrograde energy, can be where things can kind of get out of control really quickly. Heightened chance for missing important details, for miscommunications and misunderstandings. So number one, don't jump to any conclusions or assume anything. Make sure that you do have things in writing. And if you do find yourself in a situation where you do have to sign or send off really important documents, make sure that you double check them, sleep on it, come back to it the next day, or get yourself a neutral third party to have a look and to make sure that everything is on the up and up. For example, a business partner, a coworker, a legal representative, right? Anything like that can certainly help you, right? Because of course, some people will say, don't make important decisions during a retrograde, especially a Mercury one. Don't sign any contracts or anything like that. But of course, that's not always feasible, is it? So we do have control over some certain new projects and things like that we do, or some travel plans. Again, that travel plans can go a little bit sideways as well. So we do want to make sure that you are in a position of growth and good luck and good fortune, and that the things that you do have the best opportunity possible to succeed, right? So just make sure if you do have to get something started, or if you do have to travel, or if you do need to sign anything, just make sure you pay extra close attention. We do also have a few other planets retrograde right now. We've got Pluto's been retrograde for a while, will be all the way up until the middle of October. We've got Neptune and Saturn, both in Aries and both retrograde here right now. So you can really, with all of this retrograde energy, it really is important to take extra time. Okay. Especially with especially with your money, especially with your career path, or those decisions that you make. Try not to make hasty decisions. Saturn will always encourage you to take a step back. Okay, what are you dreaming about? What do you want? Okay, is there something that you just want and you're getting impatient, or is it something that you need, right? We need to take care of our needs before we take care of our wants sometimes. So, but this can be a great time for you to figure out how to bring your dreams into reality, especially if you've got a business idea, any kind of money-making opportunities, anything like that. You can really open some doors for yourself right now. So take advantage of the retrograde energy to get all of your ducks in a row. All right. So let's see what we've got coming out here. We've got the Broken Heart card. Okay. But it is in the reverse. So this is a time where things are mending, things are getting fixed, things are healing. And so that's really good. Some of you have maybe gone through some personal breakups and shakeups here, and this is where you're starting to feel a little bit better, maybe starting to feel like things are moving forward for you rather than, being stuck, which is a little bit contrary to retrograde energy. But of course, your Broken Heart card is your feelings, okay, and as well as some physical circumstances there also. So you don't necessarily need to make big, bold moves or anything like that to start to feel like things are falling back into place, things are settling down, and things are getting good. The Broken Heart card in the reverse, it can be that maybe you've got a second chance, right? Retrograde energies can bring a second chance to things. So if there was a job opportunity, a promotion, something that perhaps you didn't get, At one point, the broken heart card in the reverse shows that there's maybe a second chance coming in. So instead of disappointment, sadness, and heartache, you're going to have joy and happiness and something to celebrate perhaps there in that. This can also be where we can use our past wounds and experiences, right, to make better choices today. So you could have really been learning some money lessons. You could have been learning some lessons on office politics, things like that. And now you can use what you have learned to better your current circumstances, or to make better choices as you move forward, right? We learn from our mistakes, or we learn from things that have gone sideways. And so what better time and what better place to put our newfound wisdom into play? Our money, our career path, and how we invest for our future. We also have here walking away. Interesting. So some of you here, you have already made some big moves, or you've already made some decisions to leave something behind. Now, again, some of you here with this energy, you have had some personal situations that have come about. And this is where maybe you were previously in a partnership and that has dissolved. And now here you are, you're single, or you're maybe a single parent even, and you're navigating the world on your own again. All right. And but this does show that you are actually in your personal power. You might not necessarily feel like it. This is encouraging you also to walk away from a situation, or from habits, or even an opportunity here that is not working for you, or that potentially seems too good to be true. We do see an increase sometimes in scams when we've got retrograde energy, and especially when we do have Neptune and retrograde here as well. Neptune brings illusion, right? So, but Neptune and Aries, and, you know, traveling together pretty much at this moment with Saturn. This is about getting real about these things that may seem too good to be true. Is this rooted in reality? Or is this something that I can't trust, right? So be very aware of what is real and what isn't. Be very aware of what is potentially a scam, okay? It's just number one, word to the wise, right? That we should always be aware of, but sometimes we get caught up in the moment. So, and of course, retrogrades encourage you not to be super impulsive. Okay. So, you know, we do just want to be a little bit cautious with that, but this can be a great time for you to really take care of yourself, do something nice for yourself. You know, perhaps refurnish or reorganize your living space. You know, do something like that for yourself, right? Doesn't necessarily need to, you don't necessarily need to spend a whole lot of money to do that, but maybe a couple little pennies here and there. You know, if you can't move where you live, right? Sometimes we can't. You might feel like you want to walk away from where you live, but, you know, if it's not necessarily financially feasible for you, then this can be where instead you beautify your home in some way. Right. Venus is in Cancer right now. And so Venus does encourage us to beautify our home and our environment, and take care of ourselves and our loved ones and all that. So, so again, some of you could have had some things that have kind of gone a little bit sideways on the home front, perhaps the career front, you know, maybe even something with your money. But you are stepping back into your personal power here, and you're taking back control. Okay. But don't be afraid to walk away and say no to the things that aren't necessarily good for you. We've got the Seven of Cups. There's your illusion. Okay. Seven of Cups. We've got the World. And we've got the King of Swords. We're seeing things clearly, right? With this energy, the Seven of Cups can represent you've got a lot of choices, a lot of options, a lot of opportunities. But it can be an energy of using our imagination and following our dreams and all of this wonderful stuff. But we can sometimes get a little bit lost with the Seven of Cups energy. Sometimes we're overwhelmed because there's too many possibilities out there. And this is, again, where retrograde energy can help you take a step back to King of Swords, make the right decisions, the right choices for yourself. The Seven of Cups can sometimes result in, where our fears come to light, right? I want this thing. I want to try this. I want to make a change, but I don't know what's going to happen. I'm afraid of failure. I'm afraid of success, right? So sometimes our fears come out here with this particular thing, right? Because what if what we do, what we try works out, but by the same token, we sometimes think, well, what if it doesn't? Right? So we need to stop doing that. Okay. And we need to trust our instincts, trust our intuition, trust ourselves to make the right decisions. And if you're not sure about something, and if something just doesn't quite feel quite right, you might not be able to put your finger on it. Okay. Take a step back, ask some questions, right? Get some more details. Okay. If someone is pressuring you into making a financial decision, well, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. It's not going to be there tomorrow. Really? Because any really good opportunity should give you the breathing room to at least sleep on it. Or, King of Swords, get legal advice. Okay? King of Swords can be very much someone that you can consult with. It can be for your career. It can be for legalities. It can be help negotiating something there as well. Closing a deal, the World card, right? Got closure coming there, and finalizing something. So finalizing a deal there as well. But if you aren't sure, right, the Seven of Cups can be a wonderful card for our daydreams and our fantasies and all those wonderful things using our imagination. But again, it can show that there's something not quite right there. Okay. And so, again, seek out some sort of advice or a third party to have a look and just make sure that you are seeing things clearly. Okay. But we do have the World card here as well. So again, I do feel like some of you are closing out a chapter. You're closing out a cycle in your lives. And, so you might have some very important decisions, or this is where you're kind of picking up the pieces that have already fallen apart. And again, remember, we've got the Broken Heart card in the reverse. So we've got healing energy coming in. We've got fixing what has been broken. We've got getting things back on track, or even starting something new. And so you could be embracing brand new money habits. Maybe you are ready for a new career. Perhaps you're ready to be your own boss, be your own leader, right? King can be your energy, right? You are the leader. You are in charge. You're not working for anyone anymore. You're sticking it to the man, right? And so you might have some opportunities to turn your dreams into reality, into something real. And so this can be where you've got the planning stages, right, that are going on. But finish what you started with that World card, right? The World card can certainly show the end of a very successful end, by the way, of a cycle in your life. So you're ready to expand, grow, look at things from the big picture, bigger perspective. Now with the World card there, some of you are also perhaps considering making some travel plans or going on vacation. The World can certainly represent like a big trip somewhere potentially, and you're trying to figure all those things out. Again, with Mercury retrograde, okay, the King of Swords, make sure that you have all the information that you need so that you can be very clear about your travel plans there. Write everything down, take photocopies of everything, all that kind of stuff, right? Mercury retrograde, even though Mercury is in the sign of Leo, it's your ruler, right? You're a planetary ruler. So we need to just tread a little more cautiously than you normally would. Okay, but there can be an important conversation that happens with somebody, and you could be entering a period of transition here. The King of Swords is great energy coming out for negotiations, for communication, for job interviews, all of that kind of stuff. And because with the World card here, you could really be feeling like you've hit the proverbial glass ceiling, especially in your career, right? I'm ready for growth. I'm ready for, more responsibility. I want to make more money, all that kind of stuff. And so you could potentially, King of Swords, be talking to somebody about that. It can be a new employer. It can be your current boss, right? How do I move onwards and upwards here? I'm ready. I've outgrown my position and, I'm ready to take on, something new. So if there's something that opens up in your current workplace, this can actually be really positive for you. Opens up some doors. The World card can certainly be about expansion and growth in some way. And I do feel like for some of you here, you may have very much outgrown your current company or career path itself. With the kings are leaders, right? So you could be ready for a leadership role, open your own business, that kind of thing. Or you could just be really ready to close a chapter on your current path and follow something a little bit new. Follow something that might be a little bit more rewarding for you, whether that's financially rewarding, emotionally fulfilling, whatever it happens to be, right? So you're walking to the beat of your own drum and you are following your own pathway. We've got the Three of Cups. So we've certainly got a cheering squad there, and you may even get some good news. We've got the Nine of Wands. And we've got the Three of Pentacles. So there could certainly be some creative collaboration coming in here. There could also be, a potential here for really having something to celebrate. So the King of Swords can certainly be a big yes card, right? The World card, success, completion, abundance, all kinds of wonderful things. So you could certainly be achieving something wonderful there. Some of you are celebrating some sort of important event. It can be with a friend. It can be with family. Maybe you have to travel for it because that World card can represent birthdays, anniversaries, that kind of thing. Perhaps some of you out there might be retiring, and with the Nine of Wands showing up, it's about time, right? So you could really be in a state of major transformation in your life in regards to that. But with the Nine of Wands here, okay, there is an energy of pushing through to the end, finishing off something here, right? Really seeing something through to completion, and it can be tiring. Be careful of your energy as you go through your month. Okay, greater opportunity, or is it really an opportunity to be tired and drained? I guess so. Greater, how should we say? We'll stick with opportunity because having a brain fart there. But anyways, so you could be tired and drained a little bit, but you are seeing something through to the end, or you are done with something here, wrapping things up for sure. And it's a little bit of a theme. Now, the Nine of Wands can certainly be an energy of being tired and drained. So again, watch your energy. But some of you here, you're like, I gotta go do something fun. Three of Cups. I gotta go spend some time with, my friends, with my family. I gotta cut loose a little bit here. I've been working really hard, right? And so you could be, again, making some travel plans or making some plans with some friends. Just be aware that there could be some unexpected changes. There could be some detours, that kind of thing. So again, do a little bit of due diligence, okay, with that. But I do see that, with that Three of Pentacles, this is certainly a time of creative collaboration for some of you here. You're putting your knowledge and your skills to good use. And with that Three of Pentacles here, you could be, really focusing on creating that career path for yourself or creating a financial nest egg, right? Three of Pentacles can certainly be a creative energy. Some of you are also maybe looking to save a little bit of money, and instead of hiring someone to do some work maybe around your home, perhaps you're going to decide to do it yourself. Nine of Wands, maybe you bite off a little bit more than you can chew. And then Three of Cups, you might need to tap into your social network there for a little bit of help or for some guidance, but you just might get it. But I do love the Three of Cups here for you. I do love the Three of Pentacles here for you because there's support, there's collaboration, and there could certainly be some success on the horizon for you there as well. We've got the Emperor Lovely. The Empress. Ooh, very nice. And we've got the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords can certainly be an energy of moving forward. It can be one of travel. It can be one of movement from an old situation into a new one, or it can be moving past some difficulties. The Six of Swords is where things are we're getting in the flow of things. Things are calmer. Things are easier to navigate, easier to deal with here. So if you've been feeling like there's been some turbulence or uncertainty, then as your month plays out, things fall into place for you. But really significantly, we do have both the Emperor and the Empress coming up here for you. And of course, this is the power couple in the tarot. So again, maybe some of you have something that is getting back on track with a relationship or a business endeavor here. This can be new partnerships that you're forging as well. And I mean, the Emperor and the Empress, that's like total matchy energy, right? The Emperor is Aries energy. The Empress is Venus. So this can certainly be someone that you can really partner up with, someone that you can collaborate with. This can be your energy coming together, right? Your masculine and your feminine are really coming into alignment here with this energy. So not only are you tapping into the things that you want to create, more money, job growth, a new position, some travel, whatever it is that you want with your money, your career. The Empress is Venus energy, right? So the planet of love and money, the planet of relationships, right? The planet of abundance and creativity and new beginnings and growth and all these wonderful things, right? With Emperor Aries energy. And the Emperor, of course, is about being in charge, taking authority on things, being your own boss, but really, really being this energy of, I can do this, I'm going to do it, I'm going to be successful, I am successful, right? And my strategy is going to pay off. So this can certainly be your energy. So the Emperor can be your own boss, okay? So it can be one of you or some of you out there may be looking to create some financial prosperity on your own terms, whatever that looks like. The Emperor can be you stepping into a situation where you have a new boss that you can really get on board with. This, whether it's a family member or whether it's somebody brand new or whether it's just that boss that gives you the chance that you're looking for. But this can be a really good partnership showing up here. But again, personal success on the board for you here with these energies. Now, the Emperor, remember that we do have a couple of planets retrograde in the sign of Aries. We've got Neptune and Saturn. Neptune about your dreams, right? About your intuition, the fog, the illusions, right? Or sometimes delusions, right? And that Seven of Cups energy really does come into play there. Your Saturn in Aries energy is about taking that practical approach, bringing things into reality. So this is really speaking to your ability to bring your dreams into reality, right? You got to take some initiative. You got to take some action. Maybe you even need to ask some questions or get some advice somewhere along the way. But there's certainly things that are aligning for you in a really positive way here. And again, maybe even some healing energy here because things getting back on track. Okay, so you could actually get a little bit of a lucky break. And if you've been in a workplace where maybe someone is just draining your energy, Nine of Wands, okay, maybe you get some really good news and this person leaves your workplace and of course your fellow co-workers. Three of Cups there, you all jump for joy. The Three of Pentacles, you're like, don't worry, we can all pool our resources together and pick up the extra workload a little bit until we get someone new. But that's like can be a sigh of relief that someone may actually leave, because then your workplace becomes calm again and people work together a lot better, right? Every workplace has certain personalities in it. So sometimes we have that person that doesn't carry their own weight. They cause grief for other people and they just create a little bit of a negative environment. And so you could have some changes going on there. But really great energy for business, for investments, for finishing projects here. Not so much necessarily new until we get towards probably the end of the month there with that Empress card, because first we're going to think about things. We're going to put a plan in place, strategize a little bit, Emperor. Okay, and then we're going to get things started, right? We're going to get things going. So, don't be in a rush to do things necessarily with that Mercury retrograde energy. However, we've got some great stuff coming in here for you, some really powerful aspects coming in here for you. So take advantage of them, get out, have some fun, and take some time off, take care of your own energy there as well. And just be a little bit cautious with your money this month, just to make sure that you don't do anything that you might regret a little bit later. Let's get you a couple final cards here to close out your reading. Oh, we got 3 extras coming out. Oh, hey, look at that. All the 3s coming out for you. We have here a time of great prosperity is coming. Prepare yourself. What a wonderful little fortune card to get for you. We also have here the universe is conspiring in your favor. Yes, the seeing eye sees all. Okay, so take advantage of some aspects there. A hidden talent will bring you great success. So tap into your talents, your goals, your dreams, your ability to create. All right. I'll leave that there for you guys. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please do like, share, and subscribe. I thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you later. Bye.